Hold on. Hold on. I just want to move.
Oh my god!
Hold on.
Yeah, that's me. And you're probably thinking, why is Trevor sitting in a Porsche convertible in his garage watching a movie with his kids? Fair question. But to answer that, we need to rewind to Wednesday morning. So there I am, sitting in my office with my feet up at my computer, eating breakfast, pretending to work, when I get a WhatsApp message that reads, "If you want the Porky this weekend, you'll need to swap Friday. I'm down at Touring Cars on Saturday." Porky being the 911, not an actual pig, just to clarify.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And just like that, I've got 3 days until I'm handed the keys to a Porsche 911 Turbo S. But now I've got a massive dilemma, a real first world crisis. What would you do if you had a 992 Turbo S for the weekend? With a day left until I go pick up the car, I thought I'd take the opportunity to brainstorm some ideas. So, what things can I do with a Porsche 992 Turbo S? Blitz across Europe on a road trip adventure? Nah, I don't have enough time for that. Maybe a track day. Dude, this is not even your car. A movie night. No one's done that before. A movie night. Saturday, slight change of plan. I loaded up the M2 with my camera gear and headed to the meeting point, which, when I say it like that, makes it sound like I'm off to do some sort of dodgy back alley car deal, but actually, that's exactly what it was. We're doing a car swap. I hand over my M2, and in return, I get the keys to a Porsche 911 Turbo S. Now, let's be honest, there's zero comparison here. The Turbo S has almost double the horsepower. It's like trading your pet hamster for a pet tiger. I just hope the guy has as much fun in my M2 as I'm about to have in his ballistic Porsche. Gonna grab a coffee while we wait for the owner to bring the car. What a nice day. Please weather, please God, please keep the rain at bay. At this point, you're probably thinking, what kind of person hands someone the keys to their Turbo S for the weekend? Well, that person is Nick Casey, a man with a need for speed, a student on the Box 3 Motorsport Driver Development Program, and a racer in the Brett Car Endurance Championship. Basically, he knows what he's doing, and he's brave, very brave. Now, I've driven both the 997 and the 991 Turbo S in past videos, so my big question is, how does this 992 compare? Will I feel the evolution, or will it just be 0 to 60 in mild whiplash again? So after a coffee and a long wait begging for the weather to stay sunny, which it didn't, the Porsche 992 Turbo S finally arrived, and oh my god, what a car. So, my fellow petrol heads, here we have it. I present to you the mighty Porsche 911 992.1 Turbo S convertible. A car so fast it should come with a warning label and a priest. We're talking 641 horsepower, 800 Newton meters of torque, a top speed of 205 miles an hour with the roof down, which I had to take down, but the weather was, let's just say, the gods didn't bless me. So I needed to put the roof up, so I had to pull over. But Jesus, this car is unbelievable. Now, if there's one thing I'd say is the turbo's biggest letdown, and I'm nitpicking here, it's the exhaust note. Compared to the spine-tinkling, hair-raising wail of the GT3, the Turbo S sounds a bit more like a polite exhale, a sophisticated purr, if you will. Less race car, more espresso machine. So naturally, the first thing I wanted to do was put that to the test. I couldn't really stretch its legs on these country roads. Too many tight corners, tractors, and let's just say cozy drivers. But even at low speeds, you can tell the Turbo S is being held back. Thanks to modern emissions and noise regulations, the exhaust note sounds like it's been filtered through a noise-cancelling pillow. But make no mistake, underneath that refined mechanical hum beats the heart of a 3.8 litre twin-turbo flat 6. Give it a proper aftermarket exhaust, and this thing will come alive. It will wake up your neighbours, scare small animals, and make you grin like an idiot. I've literally just picked this car up, and my first impressions, you don't really know what a Porsche feels like until you really give it the beans, man. But at low speeds, plodding around town, just doing your daily chores, like, honestly, this could be a Golf, this could be a Polo. This could literally be a Volkswagen Polo. It drives so, like, effortlessly. And I guess that's what you expect. When I jump into my Porsche, Jesus Christ, man, that thing really does make you work for your money. This doesn't. This definitely just feels quite relaxed, you know. It's like you're not gonna get out of this thinking, oh man, I'm too tired. My first annoying gripe, and I'm sure I could turn this off, is the stop-start. You know, it doesn't even wait for you to stop. It actually cuts the engine out as your car's rolling to a stop. I need to figure out where the stop-start disable button is. I'll find that out when I get home. I wonder what miles per gallon you get with this. Oh, hold on, I can see a stop. Is that a stop-start button? Is this touchscreen? No, it's not touchscreen. Is there a way to turn off stop-start? No. But if I want to stiffen up the suspension and louden the exhaust, that's right ahead of me. Anyway, it's all good. I think I turned the wrong way. God, I need the map. Where's my maps? So I'm parked up in Windsor. Just on my way home, I thought, why don't I just come here and see what kind of attention this car attracts. And I think one of the things I love about it is it doesn't attract any attention at all. People just casually walk around it. It's not an attention-grabbing car. You get the odd person taking pictures, the odd car spotter, but most people don't even pay attention to it. With only a few miles left before I got home, I figured it was the perfect time to share a few thoughts that I have on the Turbo S, now that I've spent a few hours driving this Autobahn missile disguised as a luxury cruiser. But yeah, typical weather, always raining when Trevor has a Turbo S. What makes it even worse is this is a convertible. I should have the roof down. As you can see, there is a fuel light on. So let's talk about that. So when I picked this car up, it had 128 miles of range. Now it has 36. And I haven't even been booting it. I have literally been just cruising and just plodding home like it's a Saturday afternoon. There's lots of traffic out there. So it is a bit of a thirsty girl. You can hear how the car sounds in comfort mode. It honestly drives like a hatchback. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the room of a hatchback, but it is so smooth. You don't feel like you're driving a supercar. Is the 911 Turbo S a supercar? Is the GT3 a supercar?
or is it a race car for the road? Where does a Turbo S fall? Is it a super sports car? Is that even a thing? I'm not sure. When I think supercar, I think Lamborghini, I think Ferrari, I think McLarens. You know, Ferrari don't make sports cars, they make supercars and hypercars. Porsche makes sports cars, supercars, hypercars, track cars. So where does this fall?
Sunday, before tonight's movie night, I wanted to squeeze in a proper country drive to really see how the car handles when it's not stuck in traffic or posing in a car park. But first, a quick stop at a petrol station to fill up with some sweet 99 run. Because if you're gonna drive a Turbo S, you gotta feed it the premium fuel, no budget unleaded for this beast. And while I'm at it, I'll be swinging by the supermarket to grab some snacks. Popcorn obviously, because every great movie night needs snacks, and every great drive deserves a good excuse. So with the car tanked with fuel, and about an hour before Tesco shuts, I think it's time to take this baby down some back roads. Side quest completed, achievement unlocked. Time to get back on track. Right, time to go Tesco's. Let's get some popcorn for tonight's movie. I'm normally a Lidl's person, but only because I've got the Turbo S, I've decided I'm gonna shop at Tesco's today. I'm gonna treat myself. No more bargain bin food. I ain't afraid to admit that I shop at Lidl's. Let me tell you something. The bakery section at Lidl's is absolutely peak. Them apple turnovers, them jam donuts, and them square cinnamon roll things that they sell. Oh my God, so good. But yeah, you need to watch your waistline with those. Anyway, we're at Tesco's for some popcorn, so let's head back home and get this movie night going. So after a long debate on what to watch, we settled on one of the greatest Marvel movies ever, Avengers Endgame. This was Marvel at its absolute peak, a bit like the 992 Turbo. Everything since, meh, downhill. So there we have it, movie picked, Turbo ready, we're all caught up. Hello? Hey, how's it going, Tommy? Cool. Yeah, alright, sounds good. What was the interview process going in? That's Tommy, my recruiter. Yep, I'm looking for a job. So contrary to popular belief, YouTube doesn't pay the bills. So I've got to hold down a job just like you fine folks. Which reminds me, don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload, and help me one day prove Tommy wrong. Anyway, I'm heading home to start work, but today I'm working from the garage, just so I can spend a little bit more time with the Turbo. I've only got one more day left with it, and I plan to make it count. After work, I decided to squeeze in one last B-road blast. But on the way home, I thought, you know what? I'll give it a wash. Now, if you're anything like me, the moment you start doing chores like washing the car, mowing the lawn, or listening to my missus talk about her day, my brain goes into like full-on deep mode. One thought leads to another, then another, and suddenly I'm mentally thinking and pondering the mysteries of the universe. Why are Porsches so desirable? Is it Porsche or Porsche? Should I sell mine and get into a 991 Turbo S? Wait, how much is a 992 Turbo S going for on Auto Trader these days? Those prices, you could get into an R8, maybe a Lambo or Ferrari. Will Ferrari ever give Lewis Hamilton the win? Why don't Porsche enter into F1? Why are F1 tickets so ridiculously expensive? Are we heading for another recession? Should you buy outright or lease? What's the smartest way to get into a new Porsche? Do my neighbours think I've bought this car? Wait, what's the GT3 like to live with anyway? The cheapest turbo you can buy is a 996, but what are those actually like to drive? Would I get bored if this car was mine? Would I start modifying it within a week? How much is a full service? Will Porsche stop making these once everything goes electric? What's a Taycan like to live with? And seriously, why on earth did they call the turbo Taycan a turbo when it has no turbo? Is it still classed as cardio if I wash this car vigorously? Did I actually reply to that email, or did I just think it? Is coffee a hobby now or a coping mechanism? Was Thanos actually right? Will Porsche ever make another 944? If you lowered a Porsche Macan, is that now technically a hatchback, or is it still an SUV? Do Volkswagen own Porsche, or does Porsche own Volkswagen? If Lamborghini uses Audi parts, and Audi's owned by Volkswagen, does it mean that every Lambo owner is secretly driving around in a VW? Is my VW secretly a Lambo disguised as a VW? If we already have the 993 Porsche, what are Porsche going to name the successor to the 992? The 994? Are they going to skip a number? Brain, stop overthinking. Right, I think it's time to go to bed.
So my time with this car has come to an end. I need to give it back. I don't want to. I've been having so much fun. Not even like driving like a loony or tearing down streets. Just chilling with the car, you know what I'm saying? Just like vibing with it. It's such a cool car. I love it, man. I want a 992 Turbo S. Actually, I want a 991. That's the car of my dreams. Anyway, before I give this car back, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a clean inside, just give it a little bit of a vacuum, and then jump in the car and return it to its rightful owner.
To truly understand a car, you need more than just a short test drive. You need time, real time behind the wheel. Spending a few days with this 992 Turbo S has given me a much deeper appreciation for the engineering that goes into this machine. It's only when you live with it that the details really start to shine through. And this car isn't perfect, but it's perfect enough for me.
Wow, it's such an awesome car. Oh my days. I tell you what. Okay, hold on. Right, here's a couple of things I don't like about this car, but they're no way deal breakers. First off, starting this thing it's like a sequence. It's like my car. You just put the key in, turn it, put your foot on the accelerator, and it fires up. This you have to like go, and then you gotta start it. And it's like I always forget what the sequence is. Anyway, I'm running out of time here. Porsche, if you're watching this, here's a little design advice for you. It doesn't have a mobile phone holder. I love the cabin, but where do you put your phone? Okay, you can put your phone in the middle here, but then where do I put my coffee? So it's either phone or coffee. So the 994 Porsche, can you have a phone holder, please? Because yeah, there is nowhere to put a phone. That's it, that's my design tip for Porsche. Okay, let's take this car back. Sad moment, but I've had my fun. Yeah, had great fun in the car. The kids loved it. We watched Avengers Endgame, all the best bits. One of my all-time favorite movies. That, for me, that was the moment. If I could pick one moment this weekend with this car, it wasn't the acceleration, it wasn't the braking, it wasn't the cornering, it wasn't the exhaust noise. None of those things. It was watching Avengers Endgame in my garage with the roof down with my kids. I really don't know what else to say, man. This car is beautiful. It's an amazing machine. Porsche, you stuck the landing. I've got to say big thanks to the owner for giving me the opportunity to experience this car.
Before we leave, I want to say a big thanks to Nick Casey from Box 3 Motorsport for allowing me to film this video. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. Also, I want to say a big thanks to my kids for hanging out with me and putting up with me being annoying while trying to film this film. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I would love to do more videos like this where I'll have a car for a weekend and I can do a proper in-depth review. Anyway, that's all we got time for. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.